Alright, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. Thanks for stopping by. Once again, it's Defiance the Dawn, and this is the Music Hustler. Wanted to talk to you about investing. Let's think about that. A lot of artists I end up speaking to, and there's always a phrase of, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why can you go ahead and expect an investment from anyone else? Well, you got to think about it, because when we think of investment, the first thing that starts coming to our mind is how much money we're going to have to spend. How much is this going to cost me? How much am I going to come up short because I have to pay for this? And the thing is, investment is capital. And how much capital do you actually have to bring to the table? But what people don't keep in mind is capital isn't only just monetary funds. It's not just money. Capital can be time. You know, if you have time on your hands to be able to invest, investing time on a project, being able to utilize your time can be leverage, and that's also a part of capital. It's human capital. Another thing that you may want to think about is your relationships. If you have relationships with people that can take you to the next level, great relationships that you can utilize that can help you along in your music career. You know, relationships for promoters, relationships with DJs, relationships with publishers, a relationship with somebody that's a writer or bloggers, editors. Those relationships are great to have, and that's part of capital, because someone that doesn't have those relationships, you have capital to bring to the table for them. So having that network. Another thing that can be used as capital is technology. Things that you may own. If you own your own studio, if you have your own mixing boards, if you have your own cameras, if you have your own videos, those things can be utilized as resources also. That's capital, because all capital is accumulation of resources that you have access to. And that's what you want to think about. Yes, most capital is going to be primarily money. Money is a big deal with being able to bring capital, but it's not the only capital. And you want to keep that in mind when you're thinking about moving forward. Because everything that you do, all the stuff that you put out, it should be quality. Has to be quality. There's so many competitors out there, and hip-hop is a musical sport, especially hip-hop. And that you go into these genres and you start to see that there's so many different artists that are trying to do the same thing. So how are you going to compete unless you bring quality production, quality design, quality flyers, quality tours, quality shows? You have to be able to bring quality engineering. But you can't go ahead and bring that level of quality if you don't have anything of value to invest. And value can be very subjective. That's why time, technology, relationships, it all depends on what the lack is of someone else. In ancient times, it was very popular for them to use a barter system, where it was an exchange of goods based on the value of one good and being able to use the value of another. So the worth was really dependent on how much that item was valuable to the person that was getting the trade. So that's the same thing. It hasn't changed. You want to think about that trade. What can you trade off? If you have capital and you have something to offer, then you want to think about being able to exchange that for something that you need. If you don't have access to financial resources, think about some of the other resources that you do have access to. Don't ever squander yourself short. The problem is when you don't have any access to any resources, then you ain't really doing enough at all. You need to think about what you have right now and how can you move it forward. So when you hear that word invest, you shouldn't scare away from that word, and it shouldn't be something that's only thought of as negative. That should be something that you think about, hey, this person needs something that I can bring to the table. How can I invest, and how can I offer some capital that they may need? So that was just real little thought that I had, and I wanted to drop that jewel on y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like, share, and of course comment. Let me know your thoughts, some investing that you're doing right now, something that may have nothing to do with music. We all love to hear. So go ahead and do that, and don't forget to go to imperialhustle.com. Check out the articles that we have, advice, guidance, different things, tips on how to go ahead and make it successful as far as an independent music artist. And then you can also go to imperialhustle.com/academy, and that will have tutorials, DIY on how you can do a lot of this digital marketing yourself. So I'll drop that in the links below, and I look forward to talking to you on the next video. All right, thanks for stopping in. Peace.